All right, back with homework sheet 2. Find the equation of the line given the gradient and the y-intercept. Y equals mx plus c is all I really need to remember here, isn't it? So this is going to be x plus negative 3 means minus 3. You can just write down the answers for these. Gradient of 2, y-intercept of negative 1. Y equals 2x minus 1. Gradient of negative 3, y equals negative 3x. I don't need to write plus 0, so we're done. That's it. Those sorts of questions, they'll be giveaway marks in the exam. There'll be 1 or 2 of those. Might be asking you to write the equation, or I might say, tell me the gradient. Tell me the y-intercept. You should be able to do that very easily. All right, this one here. What are the 2 things I need to know? I need to know a gradient. Remember, gradient is a rise divided by a run, or the change divided by the change in x. There are 2 points that I can see on the line, negative 2, 0, and 0, negative 4. So here I'm going, oh, did it disconnect? I will pause and reconnect this. Right, so my rise, it was actually going down, so that's a rise of negative 4. The run, we always go left to right. It's gone from negative 2 to 0, it's gone 2 to the right. Negative 4 over 2 is, of course, just negative 2. C is my y-intercept. What's the y-intercept? You can all see it there. Don't all knock me over at once with the negative 4. C equals negative 4. Therefore, the equation of the line, y equals negative 2x, take 4. All right, gradient of 3 and passing through a point. So, the joys of Vivi. All right, let's hope Vivi holds out. The gradient of 3, so I know I've got y equals 3x plus c. Now I've got a problem, don't I? I need to find c, so I'm going to say sub in 5, negative 2 to solve for c. Therefore, negative 2 equals 3 times 5 plus c. Negative 2 equals 15 plus c, subtracting 15 from each side. Negative 17 equals c, so the equation is y equals 3x minus 17. Lucky last, the equation joining the 2 points. We want to find the gradient. We've already written the other ways of finding gradient. Rise over run, change in y divided by change in x. y2 take y1 over x2 take x1. Make it easy for yourself to get it right by labeling the point. My first point is x1, y1. My second point is x2, y2. Now I can just fill in the blanks. Negative 2 minus 8 divided by negative 3 minus 2. Negative 10 over negative 5. I've got a gradient of 2. Okay, great. So I now know my equation looks like y equals 2x plus c. I get to choose a point to substitute in. I'm going to choose one with positive values because that makes sense. Sub in the point 2, 8 to solve for c. Some of you are already calling out the answer that c equals 4, but let's see it. 8 equals 4 plus c, subtract 4 from each side. 4 equals c, so the equation of the line, y equals 2x plus 4. All right, so I got a little bit excited there and thought we'd finish, but we have another sheet to go. It just hadn't copied across to the solutions. All right, label the sides of the triangle as opposite, adjacent, or hypotenuse. Hypotenuse, always across from the right angle. Opposite side, draw a line across. There's your opposite side. Adjacent means next to, done. Hypotenuse, longer side, opposite the right angle. Opposite, across the triangle, not touching it. Adjacent, touching the angle. Pretty easy. For the following, write the given trigonometric ratio in fraction form. We're going to need to recall SOHCAHTOA. Here they want sine of theta, so I need the opposite side and the hypotenuse. Well, my first step is always to label. And now I can put opposite divided by hypotenuse. Sine of theta is 7 over 25. Cosine of theta is adjacent over hypotenuse. Well, I better label it to make sure I know where everything is. Cosine of theta in this case, adjacent 3, hypotenuse 5. Lucky last, tan of theta is opposite over adjacent. We still label our sides. Tan theta equals 2.1 divided by 2. I'm not a big fan, and I'm sure you're not either, of decimals in fractions. So if you would kindly make that 21 over 20, just by multiplying by 10 over 10, I would really like that. If you didn't, I would probably get on with my life and just be a little bit sad. I'm hearing too much chit chat. Remember, we're just watching at the moment. Shh. Don't need your own conversations going on. You've got to be watching and paying attention, marking your work as you go. If you haven't done it, you should really be paying attention because it might help you do it. Solve the following pairs of equations by using substitution. Well, the first one's already been set up. Here's my first equation. There's my second equation. You can see equation 2. I've already got an expression for y. Y equals 11 minus 5x. So I'm going to say, let y equal 11 minus 5x in the first equation. Therefore, I'm going to have 4x minus, in brackets, 11 take 5x equals 7. I can still hear people talking. If you've got a question, you put your hand up. I don't need the practice at this. You guys do. Make sure you're paying attention. Add 11 to each side. Divide by 9. X equals 2. Am I all done? No. What are we missing? Got to find y as well. Simultaneous equations. So I'm going to say let x equal 2 in, I'm going to go for equation 2 because it's already been set up for me. Y is going to equal 11 minus 2 times 2. Y equals 7. The solution is all right, last one. Substitution for this one has been set up. The first one set up so that x is equal to 2y minus 7. Let x equal 2y take 7 in the second equation. 3 by 2y takes 7 plus 2y equals 3. Expand those brackets. 6y take 21 plus 2y equals 3. I'm going to get my y's together. 6y plus 2y is 8y. I'm going to add 21 to each side because I don't want the 21 on the left anymore. That's going to give me 24 on the right-hand side. What am I going to do last step? Divide by 8. Y equals 3. I haven't finished. I've got to let y equal 3 in the first equation to go back and figure out what x is. X is going to equal 2 times 3 minus 7. 6 minus 7, you can do that without showing an extra line of work, is negative 1. Therefore, the solution is negative 1, comma 3. You go back and check and make sure that works. Negative 3 plus 6, yeah, that's going to give me 3. Negative 1 equals 6 minus 7. I'm pretty happy with that. And you're done. And we're done.